Previously on building Realm of Rights.
Well, let us go ahead and try something out here. Okay, so this has definitely taken a good while, but I do have something fun, I think. Then a ceiling also seems relatively nice to have. That is just perfect. I'm sure this kind of gives you an idea of what this is going to look like. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this brand new episode of Building Realm of Rights. Today, we're gonna continue building the Dark Ride inside this giant pyramid. However, first, let me show you some stuff I built off screen. If we go all the way over here, you can see over there, we have a brand new sign, the Sandy Swirl Teacups Ride. I thought this idea was just great, submitted by one of you guys, of course. And we also built a little information sign as always. So that is really nice. Then next, over here, we have Cleopatra's Collection. This is, of course, the souvenir store, which inside has a bunch of fun artifacts for sale, some pottery, a sword, some more stuff, some more pots, just really basic stuff. Then over here is the counter with, again, the logo. Really simple stuff, but just adds a little something extra. Then if we move to the main area over here, I thought it'd be fun to add some skee ball thingies. I personally really like skee ball on fun fairs and stuff like that, so I thought let's add it here as well. Besides, this was just closed before, much better now. Then finally, I fixed this. It was just kind of weird and open, so now it looks a lot better. And over here, I built a tiny little bridge with that thing, just to make sure this corner looks a little bit more taken care of for now. Then now, let's get in here and get going. Also inside here, I did add a thing or two. It's really simple stuff, but let me just show you. This first room I kind of built as a placeholder for what's to come. As you can tell, I built a bunch of pillars. There's a whole lot of stuff on the ground here. Really basic stuff, but it does work. This thing over here is pretty cool. I am not entirely sure what it is, but you do see it in loads of these kind of images, so I thought let's put one over here. There's some more pots, there's a statue, some more pots, and well, that's kind of the basic stuff I want to be putting inside of these rooms. You can also tell I added some purple light for some variety, and then if we move on, another one of these really basic corridors, and here the same stuff again, this time with a bunch of skeletons. And from this point, it's all kind of empty. There's just some wooden supports here, but the rest is just an empty room, as you can see. And that goes for basically everything after this point. Just empty rooms, with of course this one being the largest one, going all around this. Everything is empty except for this. This is just a straight corridor piece. And over here it's super dark. That's because I'm gonna add some jump scare kind of things over here. And then afterwards, you can barely tell, but there's a corridor here that goes up with a chain lift until you arrive all the way back to the station. So that's what we have so far, meaning that this is where I left off. We're gonna have to put something cool over here, and I have some ideas. Let's get to it. Would it not be epic to put a giant Anubis statue over here, maybe a few in a row, kind of guarding the tomb, because at the end of the day, this is a tomb. And whose tomb is going to be revealed later. I really hate making organic looking stuff like this. It just always looks kind of weird. And this is gonna have to be his torso, kind of. And I guess for this, you just gotta trust the process. Along with me. We do have to make sure these look like abs and not boobs. 1, 2, 3. But hey, say what you want. That's not bad, is it? Bro has colossal calves, so let's copy over that entire leg over here. Then in his right hand, he's gonna have a staff, because in the examples he has that as well. And then his head is definitely gonna be the most challenging part. Then for the eyes, let's do something like this again. Ears, nice and pointy, something like this, I'm guessing. Let's see if that looks nice at all. It's a bit strange. You know what? I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but not bad. Let's see what this looks like when we paint it. Let's see. Basically, all the body parts need to be dark gray, almost black actually. And then the clothing parts need to be golden. Just something like this for now. Gonna add some detail to this, however. I really don't think that is all that bad. I like it a lot. Let me just go ahead and select the entire thing and see if we can simply do this. Dude. Oh. Let's go and fix the lighting to make them look actually nice, because right now it is not it. I think we might need some of these pillars again, oops, to hang those lights on. Look, just something like this maybe. We'll have to play around with the brightness and the range, and then quite possibly also a spotlight shining light onto them. And here we can once again experiment with color. There you go. Dude, that looks pretty sweet. And you know what would make this look even sweeter? You already know. That is right. Image panels. Let's just copy a bunch of these all across this wall, and that is really gonna finish it off. I mean, look at this. Is this not epic? For some finishing touches, let's also add some more wooden supports. We kind of want to sell the effect that this is all built by ancient people. And I'm thinking maybe if we make this black, like this, you can kind of trick people into thinking there's something above that. As if it isn't just walls, but I don't know, something. Another image panel on the wall over there, very subtle, but just adds some... Actually, you cannot see that. Maybe if we add one of these guys over there. There you go. I'm very curious what this looks like from inside one of these carts. Let's go and have a look. Here we get in. You slowly go down and you see those absolute badasses standing over there. Yes, dude. This is looking incredible. I am a bit hungry though. Raspberry. Anyway, while I eat these... Dude. I just ran up the stairs. While I eat these, feel free to, I don't know, subscribe, like the video. This made me think though, what if we were to put two of these bad boys just over here? Isn't that, I feel like that's a bit much. Also because they're just too tall, actually, for this. Which kind of goes to show how big that room is inside of it. It's crazy that that fits. But yeah, no, I think I should reuse one of these at some point somewhere here, just not in front of the pyramid. Also could paint one to have a stone texture, of course. I don't know yet, we'll see. Anyway, let's move on to the next room. Not this is just a corridor over here. I'm gonna start with just a basic kind of archway, and that entire thing I can just copy over like so to create I don't know, whatever this is. Then underneath the track, I'll slide some of these support things that I spread all over at the start. We do want to have a slight bit of realism in there. And the only question is, what are we going to do with this? Something I've been thinking about. What if we go ahead and grab those and just take them with us all the way in there? This is actually quite the journey to go all the way back in. But just give me a second. Here we are. Then what if we just put one of these in here somewhere? That is actually... super creepy, what the heck? That is actually really nice. Creepy, but I like it. And what could make that even worse is some smoke emitters. So there's a little bit of haze. Is that nice? Maybe a bit dimmer like that. I mean, that has a nice effect. It's creepy, that's for sure. It's a bit simpler than the others, but I think this should be fine. We can, of course, always put some more image panels on the walls, just so these walls aren't completely bare. Next, we have this room with the dip. I have an idea for this. What if we covered up the entire ground with gold bars? Wouldn't that be cool? As if this is like a huge treasure room with mainly just, gold. This will of course be an insane amount of work. Also, the item limit is going to cry. Mostly I am gonna cry, but I'm just curious what that could look like. However, to properly do this, I have a bit of a different idea. Let's first kind of create the shaping of the mountains of gold, because obviously we're not gonna do all of this with those tiny ingots. That's just what's gonna fill up the top of this. And then we can just fill that up using these at the top. This has so much potential. It will take forever though. And also there is no way I'm not gonna hit the item limit, so probably the next clip is gonna be me being really mad at the item limit. Oh. What we also need to do though, and probably first, is adding some of these pillars to hold up this entire structure. Let's just put a few big ones in the center here like so. And then I think if we remove this, we instantly have the right lighting. Kind of. And then we're back to adding the gold again. This shouldn't take too long, to be fair, because it's going pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna see if I can wrap this up as soon as possible. And well, there it is. It kind of stops over here. I thought it'd be nice to have some border between gold and ground, so it's not completely filled up. Some of those markings on the wall again, hieroglyphics. Why do I even try saying these words? Anyway, then the next room is the very big one. Something interesting I discovered about this room is that it has the ability to put water in it, which wasn't my initial idea, but I mean, it looks pretty cool. And it of course takes away having to put something on the ground, which is going to save a lot of time. This is the only problem though, it goes through the water, which doesn't have to be a bad thing, to be fair. We can kind of make that an effect. But shall we do this? The creation of this room, however, since it is not anything really that new, I'm not going to record, because today there is actually one more task we have to do to finish this ride, which we haven't even started doing yet. And that is, of course, the queue. For some miraculous reason, there is still plenty of room for that, but we do actually have to get to it, so let's do that instead. So when you get in, this is where you end up. Let's just paint all of this for a sec. Then this one is going to be the entrance, and here there's going to be a bunch of kettle pens, of course. So let's create sort of a room over here that we can then fill up with the queue there. So now there is just a very simple room. This is where you somehow go up. This must be a big surprise, but we will put some more of these pillars in here, because let's be real, there's not really much else we can do. You don't want to make the queue nicer than the actual ride itself, right? Then over here, this is going to be a spiral staircase. Here, something like this. Okay, so yes, this is steep, but it's not too steep, I think, at least. It's pretty robust. So then you get up here, and you need to go this way. So then I suggest we add a wall that kind of goes in a curve all the way there. And that wall reaches all the way to the entrance. There you go. So you end up over here. Perfect. And then we simply need a roof on this so that now the entire thing is closed up. Then let's go back down, and now we have to put in some kettle pens, some fences. And this time I'm gonna go with a more random kind of fence that is nice and rounded, maybe. Just something like this to the stairs that fits beautifully, and then connecting it like so. It's something a little more funky, I guess, is a nice way of saying it. And then for some extra light, let's add one of these poles in the center, and on this wall we can put once again some hieroglyphics. There you go. And then, I mean, it's nothing super special, but I do like it. It's nice and simple. We shouldn't put too much effort in this kind of stuff because, well, anyway, then you go up here. So I suppose let's add some more fences over here, which connect to this tiny pillar I built. And then maybe we can just copy this table. I'm sure nobody's gonna notice, right? Maybe next to it, some barrels to really finish it off. And then for just a finishing touch, some of these wooden supports on the walls. And then I think we should call it a day for this queue. However, maybe it's a bit short. What if we just use this room as well? Allow me to just kind of try something over here, because we could make just two simple rows like this. So you go all the way here and then inside this room. And then in the center of that, we just put one of these. And on a lovely circular stand and some massive wooden supports to keep the whole structure in place. And of course, an unmissable spotlight shining light onto whatever that is. Now this looks pretty sweet. Okay, so say this was good, then you still need a way back out. So now the idea is you walk all the way around here, you arrive in this really simple but nice looking room. Then here, there is a beautiful staircase leading you up to the second level, another bit of queue, and then this is where you arrive at the actual station. You ride, and then you go out on this side, and there's absolutely nothing here. So let's very briefly fix that. First, let's put a bit of a stairway over here. And so then we simply need to go from there to there. The easiest way and most logical way is simply by adding some more stairs, just going all the way down here. We're just gonna make sure all of this is nicely concealed, and then really that should be it. The very last thing to finish that off, a tiny little sign that says this is the exit. We can even add that same exit sign I always use up there. Ooh, and then the same thing on the ground here, except entrance, enable transparency there. That is not entirely straight though. There you go, much better. So well, that seems pretty much it then for this ride. Of course, I'm still gonna do the giant room at the end and the jump scares. It needs a sign, but all of that I'm gonna do off screen and surprise you in the next video. That way I can finish it way faster than I could if I had to record everything, and it kind of leaves room for some suspense, doesn't it? So, well, I don't know why these two are still here, but I guess for today, that is then pretty much it. If you want to have early access to these videos, because right now there's already like 5 episodes ready, make sure to become a member. You can do that by clicking the join button or use the link down below in the description, because for just $1.99 you can have access to every video I've already finished making. So for now though, I'm gonna sign off. If you enjoyed this video, make very sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video, then I hope I'll see you in the next episode of Building Realm of Rides.